everybody. It is Taco Tuesday. Hey, I'm live. Yes, I am. Hey, Jennifer. Vina, Kitty, great to have you with us. Good evening tonight. We are more... Hey, Adele, I see you there tonight. Did you get your nails done? That is the question that all of us want to know. Are your nails done? Pasadena's in the house. And Dennis, how are you? Good to have you with us. Linda, Suzanne, and MJ. Cheers. We are margaritaing it tonight for Taco Tuesday. Tasha. Albuquerque in the house. Rick in South Carolina. I got a new happy customer in South Carolina in Charleston who's all excited with all the stuff they bought off our website. So, it's funny, they bought stuff off our website, off eBay. I like that they shop. Their credit card was good. We like people like that. Kath, Naperville, Illinois, in the house tonight. Good to see everybody with us on this Tuesday. What are we grateful for this Tuesday evening, everybody? What are we grateful for? Tell me about it. What is happening in the world that we are grateful for? Julie Jankowitz is with us. How is Julie tonight on this Taco Tuesday? Taco Tuesday, Julie. And what are we all grateful for Tuesday-ish? It's hard to believe it's Tuesday. Or only Tuesday. It's been a good day. We had good interviews today, so we had good interviews. Some good potential new hires for us, so that's good. Grateful for that. Got a lot done. Well, not a lot. Not as much. I always have too big a list. Zoom yoga. Ah, the yoga. You want me to yoga? Tree. I'm the tilting tree. All right. Super duper sales in Cape Charles. Who else did I just talk? What did we just talk to about Cape Charles? Kazana, didn't we just have? Yeah. My Suzanne and MJ, my sister's niece just moved there. I kept on wondering whether that was where you are. That is really cool. I'm gonna have to send her to you. I forgot where the actual name of where you were. Kitty's Gym is reopening. All right. Lisa's with us. Michelle, Mighty Michelle. I'm waiting to hear whether Adele got her manicure. And Dazzle got a mani-pedi too. Great first 3 days back. Isn't that a wonderful thing, Lisa? It is nice when customers say for you. I will send you the 411 on all that, Suzanne. I will message you and MJ so you can be on the look for my sister's niece, and I will send her to your store. Yes, they just moved there. My sister told us this morning. I'm like, I know I knew Cape Charles from somewhere other than Suzanne and MJ, and I'm like, why did I know that today? Good sales in Tequesta, Florida. I like that, Linda. Hello. Hello, other Suzanne. Suzanne K is with us. I love all this good news going on. All these great sales. We had continued strong sales. Yeah, I'm going to have to make a whole Virginia trip. I'm going to have to, that'll definitely be part of my tour when I go on visiting. When I get out of here, we got to get Nana back into shape, which she's getting there, making good progress. She was able to garden some today, and she's very happy, resting now. Get a few staff members on board, and we will do it. Hey, Melissa's with us for Taco Tuesday. Margaritas too, Melissa. Margaritas on Taco Tuesday. Chris got in. I missed Chris getting in. I got multiple feeds going here, and sometimes Facebook decides to show me things, and sometimes it doesn't. Hey, Stephanie in Iowa. Great to have you with us. Great to have everybody here tonight. I really enjoy that you all come out. Ah, that is great, Adele. I am glad. I am glad. Some semblance of normal has returned to Michigan. In Connecticut, we start to get partial indoor dining at restaurants tomorrow. Massachusetts, nowhere close to that, but in Connecticut, we do get that a little bit starting tomorrow. Great to have you here, Chris. Glad you're able to join us. Very glad. Well, we start every day and night. We start with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book. Hey, Krita, great to have you with us. Is how we start the night. And tonight is no different. We open up that book and we find a page. Let's see here. Oh, I haven't read this one. Kitty, the only other one that's got one of these, she got one in on consignment, just like we did. Tonight we're on page 176. Good morning. You're stunning, and the world is lucky to have you. We are lucky to have you. Do your best. That is our good morning today. Hey, Russ is with us. I got like a bunch of emails in my inbox from Russ. Might have to respond to those at some point. I like this quote. When we tell people to do their jobs, we get workers. When we trust people to get the job done, we get leaders. Boom! Francescas is floating the possibility of bankruptcy. They've been in trouble for a while. Francescas on Tuesday warned that it may be required to delay, reduce, and or cease our operations and seek bankruptcy protection if it's unable to generate or obtain the financing it needs to continue doing business. The company last month issued a going concern warning that violated certain covenants and agreements with its lenders. The apparel and accessories retailer also said it will delay filing its first quarter earnings report, saying it needs additional time to assess the impacts of COVID-19 on its long-lived assets for the quarter, including the related income tax effects. They will file their quarterly report no later than 45 days after June 16th, according to a filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Hey, Pat in the Peanut Gallery is here. Most of Francesca's stores are small. The chain refers to them as boutiques, but there are quite a few of them. As of this month, the retailer runs 703 locations, most of them in malls, and all of them closed through at least from March 25th to at least April 30th, which was devastating to sales. And even though many stores have reopened, the retailer warned that its troubles continue like many other retailers. They suspended rent payments in April on all stores, its headquarters and distribution center, and while it intends to resume payments in July, including back rent as agreed, its financial position may not allow that, the company said in its filing. Jill is in forbearance on loans after issuing a going concern warning. Jill is in forbearance on its asset-based and term loans after breaching a covenant related to its total leverage ratio and issued a going concern warning in its 10-K, the company said in a securities filing. Under the forbearance agreement, Jill's lenders won't exercise any rights or remedies available under the original loan terms until July 16th, so long as the retailer remains otherwise in compliance with its credit facilities and the terms of the forbearance. The disclosure comes after Jill said in its annual report that the company might not survive as a going concern. In the filing, the company said that the going concern warning constituted a covenant breach with lenders that could result in bankruptcy should lenders demand payment for outstanding commitments. Jill has reopened about 85% of its stores with enhanced health and safety protocols, and had been serving its customers thanks to its direct channel, which accounts for about 45% of its business. And results where its stores have reopened have exceeded expectations. But the closures took their toll, starving of sales a retailer already struggling. In response, the company furloughed employees, cut executive pay, eliminated a catalog, drew down $33 million from its credit facility, extended payment terms with vendors, and withheld $12 million in rent payments to landlords. The company said in its filing that uncertainty created by recent events generates scenarios that raise substantial doubt about our ability to continue as a going concern within 1 year. However, their CFO said that they have strong liquidity to meet its financial obligations, reflected by the cash balances at the end of May. Appreciates the partnership of its vendors and suppliers. The company had about $60 million in cash at the end of May. Comparable sales fell last year for them 3.6%, and the retailer stacked up a $128.6 million net loss for 2019, compared to a $30.5 million profit the year before. And they've been downgraded by S&P. I follow them a lot. They're an interesting company. I did a lot of consulting work for them back in the day. So, yeah, I'm hopeful they pull through. I mean, they have a lot of this is standard stuff that they're required to put out there in a standard format, Suki and others. Because of being a public company, there are certain covenants and ways that they have to report it and issue these warnings. So I am hopeful for them. They've got a lot of good stuff going for them ultimately in their products and such. And, I did a lot of consulting with them back in the day. So I remain optimistic for Jill. The American Dream Mall had retail problems before coronavirus. Now they're worse. So the American Dream Mall is a mall in New Jersey that has been trying to be built for some 20-something years. They keep on trying to build this, and they were just starting to get ready to open as the pandemic took hold. And this is built just outside of the Giants and Jets Stadium in the Meadowlands, New Jersey. Hey, Lisa, great to have you with us. The project has left the family of the developers behind mired in debt due to money they borrowed to complete American Dream. Investors are fleeing the bonds for the project, driving their value down to junk status, and the American Dream is a nightmare, said one analyst quoted in the story. They're eliminating 100 jobs in its property management and operation team at the complex as part of a restructuring triggered by the pandemic. And they've missed their April and May mortgage payments on their signature property because this is the same people that own Mall of America. So, and they used a 49% stake in Mall of America and a 49% stake in its other mega mall, West Edmonton Mall in Canada, as collateral for the American Dream financing. So, and there is no reopening date. But the reasons to be worried about the dream include retailers haven't bought into the dream. When they closed, they actually only had one retail store open. They had some entertainment stuff open in the mall already, but the only store open was the Candy Emporium, It's Sugar. Their large portion of their retail wing was scheduled for March 19th opening. That wasn't such a good date choice. And the wing of luxury European brands and high-end department stores that was supposed to be a key draw for affluent tourists had been pushed back to this fall and now stands to lose a number of planned tenants as fashion retailers fight off bankruptcy and cut back on expansion plans. And Saks, which was one of the tenants that was expected to open now, is now pushed back their opening date to March 2021. The fact that nobody's opened yet. Hey, Nancy, great. Hey, just got home. That's good. That's a good sign. I'm hoping that means sales were strong today. And Laurel, you had tacos too? Oh, that's good. We did. We tacoed, and we've got margaritas here. We've got margaritas for Taco Tuesday. So it's good to have a... So the whole opening, the pandemic, everything else is killing that, and their financial woes between that of Mall America, etc., is crazy. Hey, Tracy's watching. Great to have you with us, Tracy. Just like Adele already mentioned earlier in the program, where she had to sign a waiver to get her nails done. Businesses asked patrons to waive right to sue if they get ill. As businesses reopen across the U.S. after coronavirus shutdowns, many are requiring customers and workers to sign forms saying they won't sue if they catch COVID-19. Businesses fear they could be the target of litigation even if they adhere to safety precautions from the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention and state health officials. But workers' rights groups say the forms force employees to sign away their rights should they get sick. The liability waiver, similar to what President Trump's campaign is requiring for people to attend a Saturday rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma, would protect businesses in states that don't have liability limits or immunity from coronavirus-related lawsuits. Hey, Karen, great to have you with us. So far, at least 6 states, Utah, North Carolina, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Alabama, have such limits through legislation, executive orders, and others are already considering them. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of this because you don't want to mire businesses down in lawsuits that, again, where did you get the flu? Where did you get anything? Proving outside of places like... Exactly, Michelle. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce and other national groups such as the National Retail Federation are already lobbying for this. And just like in Adele's, one of the salons that's quoted in this is actually here in West Hartford, Connecticut. Salon Medusa says they're using only 2 of 6 styling stations. Customers have to wait outside. They have to wear masks. All stations and tools are disinfected between clients, but despite that, customers must sign a form saying they won't sue if they get infected with the virus. The form, which also asks patients if they or any family members have virus symptoms, gives the salon extra legal protection. I'm not sure, any of this can still bog you down, okay? And that's why they're looking for more national direction and both national and state direction on this to exempt businesses from frivolous suits. Because you're going to really bog it down. You could really bog it down. Yeah, Edwin and Michelle, it's really kind of like living in a dream. We were talking about it earlier today, I can't even imagine that this is really all happening. We talked about this a little last week, but it's really hitting the press now that Hyvee, the grocery store, is selling DSW shoes in its latest fashion partnership. Now seeing the pictures of the stores with it, it looks even stupider than it sounded at first. When you guys all said it just didn't seem right. Hyvee's promotion. If the shoe fits, Hyvee is hoping consumers will want to buy it at the supermarket. Now the shoes are in the stores and the marketing campaign has begun. Why would a regional supermarket chain and a national shoe chain tie themselves together? People go to grocery stores a lot more often than shoe stores. So we wanted to put our product in front of shoppers more often. Bill Jordan, the Chief Growth Officer for Designer Brands, which owns DSW, said, customers are looking for convenience. They want to get as much shopping done in as few places as possible. So, it is an interesting partnership. I'm not sure about it, but, you buy shoes at Costco and everything else, so maybe they're onto something. Mall landlords Brookfield, Simon, and Authentic Brands are in talks to buy JCPenney. Exactly. The picture of it was completely unappetizing, Kitty. I mean, you would think they'd be able to do something to make it look better. Make a carpeted section, do something, make it look slightly nicer. I mean, it is no better than Costco when you really think about it. But Costco doesn't have it there in the middle of the food. They have their shoes and stuff more towards the front and in between other clothing. So it looks kind of weird from the pictures. But I haven't walked into a Hyvee. We don't have them in our area. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. At the end of the day, it's all about the numbers. So we'll see how the numbers play out for it. Mall landlords, Brookfield, Simon, and Authentic Brands in talks to buy JCPenney. For the landlords, buying JCPenney would ensure the survival of one of their most ubiquitous tenants and amid a wave of retail distress. The two largest mall landlords, Authentic Brands Group, are in talks to buy department store JCPenney, according to people familiar with the matter. Authentic will team up with Simon Property Group and Brookfield Partners to acquire the retailer as part of its court reorganization, said the people who asked not to be identified. The discussions are still fluid and could ultimately end without a deal. Brookfield, just from a cash position, is sitting on an extra $60 billion just to help it weather the pandemic. For the landlords, buying it would ensure the survival of one of their most ubiquitous tenants amid a wave of retail distress. These three teamed up before to buy clothing chain Forever 21 out of bankruptcy earlier this year. And Brookfield has put aside an extra $5 billion to buy stakes in retailers. You got to keep in mind that beyond this, what they don't talk about in the articles. Yes, exactly. They need anchor stores. Well, not only do they need anchor stores, a lot of the inline tenants in a mall have co-tenancy clauses. So should anchor stores go out, their rent drops to squat. Okay, when an anchor store goes, if it was negotiated right, the co-tenancy clauses of that have the rents for all your inline mall tenants drop down to diddly squat. So it's really a smart move, for the long term of the mall and all the other tenants. It really protects everything. So it's an interesting move, but a smart one. Untucked, which I still don't get. I admit that I don't get. Hey, Chris is joining us. I don't get the Untucked shirt fully. I mean, maybe it's just I have less flab now. Maybe I get it, but the Untucked shirt is still believes in their brick and mortar business on its evolving store strategy, even though they have not reopened any of their stores. And they were one of the earlier direct-to-consumer startups to expand into physical retail, opening its first store in 2015 in New York City. And they span from malls to prime city blocks. They don't know what the future holds, so they're being cautious on expansion. And they had 87 stores closed for almost 3 months. And their online business continued to do well. And they're altering their merchandise mix to more casual merchandise, loungewear, and more casual inventory, because button-down shirts are down about 15%, and they don't foresee people suddenly dressing up again anytime soon. And they're not predicting much of getting all their stores open in June either. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out, but they still want to be in retail. All of them do. The Caspers, the Purple, all these people that are opening, that were direct online that are now opening, had now been opening stores, want to continue to do that because that's where the customer. Yeah, I haven't been in one of their stores, Kelly, but they are out there, and I guess the next time I'm in New York, I'm going to have to go see one. But first I must know what 5 ways the pandemic is changing fashion and beauty trends. Oh, please tell me. Goodbye high heels and stiff dress shoes? What do you mean I can't wear my high heels anymore? Sales of eye makeup as Americans look for ways to express themselves beyond the face mask while staying 6 feet apart. Melissa, does that mean no more Russian red, but fancy eye makeup I need now? Oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do. I got my pink mask. False eyelashes, which average 15% increases in week-over-week sales in May as businesses in many parts of the country began to reopen. Mascara sales grew 11% in the same period, and eyebrow products jumped 5%. Sales of lip products like Russian Red fell 5%. Sales of men's and women's dress shoes plunged 70% in March and April. High heels are way down. It's all about comfort. Its slipper sales doubled in April. Including fur-lined UGG products, Crocs, known for their homey but comfortable signature foam clog, have also been super hot.
I love my new Crocs.
Cassandra loves her new Crocs.
Right, I wear Crocs every day. Yep.
A return to the basics. Jeans, joggers, and leggings. Shorter hemlines. I don't know what I'm going to do with my hemline. According to common lore and the hemline index, skirts and dresses get longer as the economy worsens. But this time, analysts say fashion is heading in the opposite direction, away from maxi dresses and floor-sweeping skirts. Hemlines were inching shorter anyways. Do I expect them to get even shorter? I do! It says so right here, not me. They do. The shift, they say, is less about fashion trends and more about retailers' desperation. When business gets bad, you need to make a bold statement to get people to buy something new. And if shoppers already have closets filled with ankle-length styles, that means enticing them with above-the-knee fashion. Exactly, Nancy. Michelle, you're right on. Even more casual wear, corporate America has been retreating from blazers and ties for years, and analysts expect to see more athletic wear and casual attire at the office even after the pandemic is over. When Americans do head back to the office, they're likely to trade in business casual for Silicon Valley chic. Think hoodies paired with blazers and sweatpants with silky tops. I'm not sure I'm with that, but hey, that is what they are saying, that the pandemic is changing fashion. I don't make this stuff up. I just bring you all up to date today. Jennifer Dodds, good to have you with us. Snapchat, our friends at Snapchat. I am on Snapchat, although I don't really snap. But hey, boom, I could snap. Snap.
I'm on Snapchat.
I am on Snapchat, but Snapchat is launching a new Snap Focus advertising education courses. Snapchat has launched a new education platform for marketers to provide tips and notes how to get the most out of the platform's various ad options. The new education platform called Snap Focus is similar to Facebook's Blueprint and Twitter's Flight School, offering a range of courses on the various Snap ad options and tools, which include overviews, visual rundowns, and student tests at the end of each unit to confirm your knowledge. These include Intro to Snapchat, the Snapchat Generation, Advertising on Snapchat, Getting Started on Ads Manager, Creative Best Practices, Measure and Optimize Campaigns. The Snap Focus curriculum features 6 courses that will give you a foundational understanding of Snapchat, the Snapchat Generation, advertising formats and opportunities, how to deploy media and creative campaigns, and creative best practices. I don't know. I don't snap well, but it is interesting because that's where some of our customers are. So knowing it is powerful. So it's not about me knowing Snapchat. It's about where my customers are. Google's to turn Google Pay into e-commerce portal. Google plans to let both brick-and-mortar retailers offer branded buttons within the U.S. version of Google Pay. The buttons would enable shoppers to place and pay for orders without leaving the app. So we could have a cutie button in Google Pay. That sounds interesting. I'm not sure if it's where my best energy is spent, but it is interesting. David's Bridal reaches into mobile wallets while we're being mobile. The nation's largest bridal retailer is personally engaging customers via their third-party mobile wallet apps. David's Bridal is partnering with mobile wallet marketing automation platform Pop Wallet to deliver connected and tailored promotions such as dynamic coupons, offers, and rebates to its customers via mobile wallets like Apple Wallet and the aforementioned Google Play. David's Bridal says they have smart, mobile-savvy, hyper-digital customer, and they want ease, simplicity, and flexibility. This is another step in providing exactly what our customer wants. Pop Wallet allows us to deliver contactless consumer experiences and engage with them on a new channel in a new way. So no more printed signs or coupons that can be lost. We can now serve them outstanding offers and deals they deserve directly to their smartphone. Amazon. So, birthday dinner for Jeff tonight. Happy birthday, Jeff Dodds. I feel like I emailed with you today or yesterday. Had I known, we'd all sing happy birthday. But happy birthday, Jeff. Is the office dead? Not if you are following Amazon. Amazon is growing and is building a new office. Actually, they're securing an additional 111,000 square feet of office space in Redmond, Washington, for Amazon Web Service employees. The new office space in Redmond Town Center development will host tech and engineering teams supporting Amazon Web Services, database services, and will open in 2021. Since Amazon said it's on track to hire more than 15,000 employees in Bellevue, a Seattle suburb, in the next few years to support its growth. They're building additional things, including ground level retail and other uses, including a daycare center to support Bellevue families. The development also includes a new meeting center to host company and community events. So, pretty cool. And do I come across info for that? Yes, I've come across info for that. I don't have it in tonight's report. For you, Michelle, I will put that out there tomorrow. There's actually a lot of very promising stuff with it, and I have some inside information on it too. So I will plan on putting that together in a format that I can share tomorrow about vaccines and treatments. Florida State University study says 15.2% of U.S. small businesses won't be back. A survey of small U.S. businesses and nonprofits found that 15.2% will not return. 31% are operating below 40% capacity. Hang on, there was another stat in here that I liked. Where's the other side of this? But what the other part, this is the other interesting part of this survey, and we all know this, is that COVID-19 has put a huge personal stress on business owners. We found that women who own small businesses are experiencing higher levels of stress and burnout during COVID-19 compared to men. While some may assume this could be due to higher work-family conflict, we found men surveyed are reporting higher work-family conflict than women. One reason could be that women are already used to juggling work with family, but men may be making more of an adjustment during COVID-19. Yeah, the restaurant industry has been terribly hurt, Lisa. I know a lot of people in the restaurant business. Shoot, I enjoy going out. It's, as much as I enjoy Taco Tuesday at home, I enjoy going out for a nice meal and relaxing and not having somebody else do the dishes. The restaurant industry has been battered. I've worked with a bunch of restaurants through this and been helping a bunch of them. But, you can't. Restaurants all about turning tables. It's all about turning tables. It's upselling alcohol. It's keeping those drinks coming. It's turning tables. You can't operate a restaurant profitably on a 30% occupancy, 40%, 50% occupancy. It just doesn't work. One of the restaurants in the plaza with my closing stores has got we're only allowed outside dining in Massachusetts right now, has 8 outside tables. Okay? It's just really difficult for restaurants right now. So, it's why I encourage, as you're able, to get takeout when you can. Do what you can to help support these guys. They're hustling as much as they can to do it. Massachusetts has some crazy regulations about distancing and reconfiguring kitchens and stuff to allow for 6 feet of distancing between each workstation and everything. It's just, it's being designed by people who've never worked in a restaurant, And then I got a blizzard at Dairy Queen today where 3 guys were all standing in a 2-foot box. So, you go figure that one out for me. What else have I got here for you tonight? May retail sales improved dramatically over April, but still well below last year. Okay, May retail sales were up 18% seasonally adjusted from April, but down 6.1% year over year. That follows a record-setting 14.7% month-over-month drop in April. Clothing and clothing accessory stores were up 188% month-over-month. seasonally adjusted, but down 63.3% unadjusted year over year. Furniture and home furnishing stores were up 89.7% month over month, seasonally adjusted, but down 23.2% unadjusted year over year. Sporting goods stores were up 88.2% month over month, and up 6% year over year. Electronics and appliance stores were up 50.5% month over month, but down 30.9% year over year. Building materials and garden supply stores were up 10.9% month over month, and up 10.8% year over year. Online and other non-store sales were up 9% month over month, and up 25.3% year over year. General merchandise stores were up 6% month over month, and up 1.6% year over year. Grocery and beverage stores were up 2% and up 14% year over year. Health and personal care stores were up about 0.5% month over month, but down 12.6% year over year. So there's a lot of good news in that, and there's still a long way to go, especially in the year over the year. But people are out there spending, and that is a good thing. We're glad to hear that, and excited about that the consumer is starting to come back. We aren't to pre-pandemic levels by any stretch of the imagination, but it is very encouraging news that the consumer wants to spend. We have heard from countless customers in our week that we've been open that they walked aimlessly around Walmart and in the clothing and in other areas because that was what was open, but they waited to come and shop with Cuties. And we are thrilled and honored to hear that. Still, one of the most surprising, shocking trends in opening has been the amount of cash customers have been using. I mean, really surprising levels of cash, which we don't usually see. You know, tax time. There's some times of the year where we see it around Christmas and stuff, but normally, you know, it's just all credit. But everybody said coming out of this, no one was going to use cash. But we have cash going to the bank every day, so and good amounts of it. So, not that I want you guys to come in and rob us tonight, but I have been surprised at the cash handling. Even one of our key holders was like, "Yeah, all this cash," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know." I'm surprised by it too. Cash is king, and I'm happy to have it. Believe me, I am not looking a gift horse in the mouth. I will take their money any way they want to give it, but it just has caught me because, you know, again, this is the disconnect between what the news media story they want you to say, okay, where cash will be dead. You know, you listen to all these things. Coming out of the pandemic, we will never use cash again. It will kill cash. And exactly, and they're spending it. So the news media doesn't know what the heck they're talking about. It's cash is clean.
Well, cash should be clean now. It's been quarantined.
Yes. Well, all this money, as you say, they gathered their cash, Michelle, and they quarantined it. So it should be healthy money, right? But in any case, it has been that has been one of the more surprising stats. And again, strong sales, so that's a good thing. Our friend Stevie Mnuchin, I think they hung on to it, Russ. I think they were hanging on to it during the pandemic. They were hanging on because they didn't know, not as much from a Dave Ramsey style, but as a not knowing what was going to happen, they hung on to it. You know, sort of stick it under your mattress. I agree, turn off the news. Yeah, but I'm happy to take the cash. Our buddy Steve Mnuchin will discuss PPP oversight with Congress after criticism. After people have been complaining that he won't release anything, and that he's considering it proprietary information, which I agree with. I agree with that. There is a lot of proprietary information in the individual PPP loans. And so having that data all public, I understand they want to get at who the big guys are. I understand they want to find the next LA Lakers in it, or the Shake Shacks and the Potbelly Subs. But, you know, more likely you're finding things, you know, your local plumber, your other resale stores, you know, just everything. And it has you know, the hairstylist down the street. So there's a lot of different things that are in that PPP data. And not everything needs to be public. There needs to be checks and balances in it, but it doesn't all need to be public. And I talked about that last night as well. You know, it'll be interesting to see what kind of pressure he gets on it. Well, I know he's going to get grilled on it, but you know, the actual giving that out and everything, wholesale, you know, creating a database that anybody can search is just doesn't serve any fundamental purpose. So, but I will keep you up to date on that and what is happening with it as I know more. Baby steps, Russell, yes. Let's take a look at our quote book from Vina. Everyday courage, everyday courage. Here we are on the 16th of June. It's impossible, said pride. It's risky, said experience. It's pointless, said reason. Give it a try, whispered the heart. Boom, there's our everyday courage for today. All the resources, everything I talk about here, including these videos, is posted by noon the next day. Noon the next day to narts.org/resalestrong. narts.org/resalestrong is where you can find all the resources we talk about, including these videos, which are also on the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store. Share it with everybody you know. Share it with other resellers. They don't have to be a member of Narts. You get it live, okay, by being a member, but you don't have to be a member to get it. It's there to give every business, regardless of your industry. We're getting you to the other side of this. We're walking everybody hand in hand across the finish line to a post-pandemic survival. We're getting everybody there. So narts.org/resalestrong is where you'll find the resources. You'll find me here live at more 8 than ish Eastern every night. More 8 than ish Eastern every night here in the Narts private Facebook group, where you get to ask your questions, you get to bring me your concerns. But everybody can bring me their concerns. You can email me, Neil, Neil, at ECIstores.com, Neil at ECIstores.com. That's where you email me to ask me your question on what's going on in your world specific to you. Okay? Congress can't subpoena me for that. I'm not giving that information out, but I'm dealing it and I'm helping you get you and your business to the other side of this. Just email me, include your phone number in that email, and I'll give you a call back. We start every day and night. We start every day and night with the Good Morning, Good Night book. Seems like there's only 2 copies that exist, the one that I got in on consignment and the one that Kitty has. Tonight, we are on page 176. If you were not here at the beginning of the program, our good morning tonight is good morning. You're stunning, and the world is lucky to have you. We are lucky to have you. Do your best. Our good night tonight is good night. You're stunning, and the world is lucky to have you. We are lucky to have you. Get some rest. There's the graphic for tonight. There's our graphic for tonight. I'll be back here tomorrow night at more 8 than ish Eastern, live in the Narts private Facebook group. You all have a great night, and know that more than anything, that you and you, but most especially you, yes, I'm pointing at you, are not alone running this store. It's time for dessert, everybody. Have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow.